King and Queen of the Ring 2024 is officially over. The show, in my opinion, was a very decent show. I would definitely say that King and Queen of the Ring was possibly my least favorite show of the year so far. I'm not saying that there has been a single bad show. Royal Rumble to now King and Queen of the Ring have all been really good. When it comes to just shows in general, this is probably my least favorite. The one that I'm probably not going to go back and watch or not necessarily have much memories from. That's not taking away anything from the show. Most of the matches I enjoyed, and the endings and the winners of each match definitely make sense, and I predicted majority of them. Yeah, the show, it was all right. I feel like it was missing one thing, definitely something that I am not too happy about, and I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts on. Anyways, let's start off with the women's tag match that took place during the pre-show. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. This match was very, very entertaining. I was watching the pre-show for a good hour. I didn't even know this match was happening until the morning of the show. I feel like they kind of need more matches on these cards. Maybe at least a 6 or 7 match card could do good for these shows. This match took place during the pre-show. It was very good. I thought that Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell looked really good. Jade's entrance, dude, was so crazy. Like, her and Bianca do look really good. I thought Candice and Indy did a really good job playing this heel tag team that was just doing these underhanded tactics to win the whole entire time. Bianca and Jade just look great together. You can tell that Bianca's definitely taking the load of the match, and everything's kind of just building up to a Jade Cargill hot tag. But when Jade Cargill did come in, it wasn't necessarily like Jade is just going to come in, dominate, and the match is over. Instead, it was Jade comes in, and then she actually did get beaten down a little bit, and then Bianca came back in. Eventually, they hit their amazing tag finish. Yeah, it was a good match. It gave me a little bit of entertainment before the show started, so it was good. The next match that took place was Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. I was happy with Liv winning because, I mean, it makes sense for her. I mean, the match was okay. I thought Becky's outfit was really good. Liv Morgan ended up winning, and that was pretty predictable, and we're probably going to be setting up a good feud with her and Rhea here soon, and Dominic Mysterio coming in. That was crazy. I was like, Dom, please don't turn on mommy. Dom didn't necessarily turn on mommy, but he definitely didn't help Becky, so ended up resulting in Liv getting the win. So yeah, no, Liv is our new Women's World Champion and can't necessarily complain. The next match was the triple threat match between Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed. This match, arguably my match of the night. It was amazing. The way that they portrayed Chad Gable as a heel in this match, really, really good. And he looked honestly threatening. Bronson unironically was there just to take the pin. I feel like since they took this match and they brought it into Saudi, there's no way Sami Zayn ever loses a wrestling match in Saudi. Like, I don't see that happening. I don't think it's possible. So I feel like Bronson was there just for Sami to pin him, and that way we can still set up a Chad versus Sami feud, especially with Otis accidentally hitting Chad Gable, because it doesn't look like he intentionally did that. Chad might either go out on his own or recruit the Creed brothers, which I'm excited for. It's going to set up a really good feud between him and Sami, hopefully resulting in Chad actually winning the title, because that's who I want to be the champion. But I didn't think it was going to be happening here. I did end up predicting Sami, and Sami did walk out with the title. The match was really, really good, though. Bronson had a really cool moment where he picked up Chad and Sami and threw them both off of him. Chad had a really good moment where he suplexed both Bronson and Sami, and Sami hit a blue thunder bomb on 330-pound Bronson Reed. That was crazy. So yeah, match really good. Solid 9 out of 10 match right there. I really enjoyed it. Next up, we have the Queen of the Ring finals between Lyra Valkyria and Nia Jax. Let me just say this. This was probably the least anticipated match I had of the night. It was strictly because I didn't necessarily see a chance that Lyra was going to come out of here with the win, and I felt like Nia was just going to dominate. But they did show Lyra as if she was just this goddess, dude. Her entrance alone, she looked fantastic. Nia was able to at least make Lyra look threatening to her. Everything kind of just comes to the ending of this match, where Lyra tries to do a sunset flip powerbomb. Nia is on top of the second rope on the corner, and then she just decides to drop down and use the Annihilator on her, and it looked like it just blew the wind out of Lyra. It was crazy. And then Nia wins. Nia is the Queen of the Ring and now has a title shot at whoever is the WWE Women's Champion at SummerSlam. Next up was the King of the Ring finals between Gunther and Randy Orton. Now this match, I was not the biggest fan of, and I was really excited for this match. This was my most anticipated match of the night. It definitely underdelivered, at least in my mind. You know, going into this, I thought this was going to be like a dream match. People, ever since Gunther debuted, had been wanting to see Randy versus Gunther. They thought, oh, this match would be amazing. And I feel like the whole thing with Randy's back and how he's been selling it has been really hard for me to watch. It makes his matches slower. And every single match that I'm watching him sell this back, it's like, the match just slows down for me, and it honestly becomes a little bit boring. And I know this is going to be like a hot take. You guys are going to go off on me in the comments, I'm sure. He looks great out there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not the biggest fan of how he's selling this back constantly. And Gunther just looked fantastic. We all know this. I mean, don't get me wrong. The match was good. It just was slow. That's the best way to explain it. It was just slow. Gunther did end up winning the match off of Randy Orton hitting an RKO, pinning him, but he couldn't get a full plant down because he was also selling a knee. So he had a knee injury and a back injury that he was selling. He was selling 2 injuries in one match. It's just all of it was just really hard for me to necessarily like get hooked into because it was really slow. Randy Orton, the way the commentators explained it, said that he couldn't put down both of his legs to help pin Gunther. So then Gunther kicks out and then rolls him up, and then Randy's shoulder literally is off the mat, but the ref continues to count, and Gunther wins the match. Very not my favorite ending. Definitely a sloppy ass ending. Not a fan of how it ended. Gunther has a promo after, gets some heel heat, and he's our king of the ring, and he is going to be challenging for whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is at SummerSlam. That ending also makes me a little upset because now we're guaranteed not to get at least CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, which is what a lot of people were wanting. Not only do we not have a path for Randy, but we don't know exactly where Drew and Punk are going to be by SummerSlam, and we don't know who even is going to be the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. And then there was a segment in between that and the main event between Triple H, and he announced that Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest is going to be taking place at Clash of the Castle for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was really exciting. It scares me because I feel like Drew deserves to win the title. Punk's probably going to come out, but it's going to be a good match no matter what, so I'm excited for that. And then in the main event, we had Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And this match, when it comes to in-ring, it was match of the night. And that's what I feel like Cody Rhodes is going to be putting on for his first couple of title defenses. I mean, AJ Styles versus him, nobody thought AJ Styles was going to win, but the match was amazing. Logan Paul versus him, nobody thought that Logan Paul was going to actually win this, but the match, again, really, really good. I had a really good time watching it. I thought everything was kind of cool, from the way Logan was just acting like a heel to him using the brass knuckles consistently after lying and saying he wasn't going to use them, as well as like the moment where he had Cody up on the table and he was going to go for a pedigree, and then Cody reverses it and then does a Cody cutter on the table. Table doesn't break. Then Logan jumps off the top rope and slams Cody through the table, dude. And then Cody ended up actually pulling out the 3 crossroads to defeat Logan Paul at the end. And there was actually 1 or 2 moments where I thought Logan might actually win. So they did a really good job at making Logan, again, look great. Logan Paul just consistently putting on banger matches. And Cody wins and continues to have a really good reign so far. I'm a big fan of Cody's reign. A lot of people aren't, but I am actually really enjoying Cody's reign. But I just feel like him being on SmackDown nerfs him a little bit because he's not able to get as much time. I feel like Cody is more of a Raw guy. So once that WWE title's back on Raw, it'll be better for him, but we'll see. But the main thing that I had to complain about this show was the fact that the Wyatt Six, or whatever the name of this faction, it has not debuted yet. And I wasn't the biggest fan of that. I felt like they need to debut him. They are actually losing all their heat like every single week just because they're not debuting them. I feel like if there was a time to do it, it wouldn't have been in Saudi, but this Saudi crowd really showed that they knew their stuff, and I feel like this would have actually been a pretty good crowd to debut them at. I don't know when they're going to do it now, and it's stressing me out a little bit week by week. When are they going to debut it? And I feel like they should do it at a PLE like they did with Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules. They're kind of just taking their time with it, and it's starting to get a little hard to just sit here weekly and just hope that it might happen. And I was really expecting it to happen, and it didn't. Yeah, that was kind of just my main complaint about the show. Again, probably my least favorite show of the year we've had so far. It was a good show. So solid, like, I'd say solid 7.5 out of 10 when it comes to the show. I feel like it was worth watching live, but I'd never go back and watch it again or anything like that. All right, so that's the video. And also, apologize for the lighting. I had to record this right now or else it wasn't going to be recorded at all. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, leave a reply on who you guys think should have won the matches and your opinions on the show in general. But I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.